Unions are expected to meet SABC executives tomorrow to discuss job cuts. The public broadcaster has reportedly let hundreds of workers go. It is believed they will leave at the end of the month. Earlier this year, workers staged a protest against planned retrenchments. For more on this, I'm joined by Buisson from the union Bemawu, who joins me now for that conversation. So, Hannes, just tell me about what you've heard from the SABC in terms of final confirmation of how many workers will be retrenched.
Good morning. 621 people will exit the SABC at the end of this month. There is a meeting being scheduled for 3 o'clock this afternoon with the SABC in what they call a wrap-up 6 and 189 meeting. So it's indeed a sad day for the SABC, for this country, and for a number of employees, 621 of them, that is going to sit without a job at the end of this month.
And Hannes, your sense of how the process was carried out? I know that you had objections at various stages of the Section 189 processes, but the fact that we've now reached what the SABC considers to be, the end state of this particular process. How was it carried out? Was it carried out fairly and within the prescripts? And was there enough consultation and buy-in, including from yourselves as unions?
Most definitely not. We know that there is a matter that is before the Labour Appeal Court at this point in time about the consultation process that has followed. That is a judgment that was delivered on the 3rd of December. Subsequent to that, the SABC has proceeded with a process that we are of the view was grossly unfair. For instance, one of that would be that there is about 100 positions that the SABC, that's on the structure, that has never been advertised. We are daily receiving complaints of people saying that their positions were not affected. It's not been marked on the new structure as being affected, but they've received letters. Some people received requests to complete a exit interview form whilst they've not received any redundancy or retrenchment letters. So there's a lot of issues that has subsequently happened since the 3rd of December. And we believe that it is patently unfair. Another example, for instance, people that there are requirements being put down for certain positions that we believe are not inherent requirements for that position, and that has excluded people who acted previously in those particular positions. Now, the SABC's governance framework says that no employee may act in a position that a person is not competent and qualified to act in. So those are some of the gross anomalies that has happened since the 3rd of December, and there's quite a number of complaints of people who has been excluded as a result of unfair selection criteria in jobs that the SABC has advertised. We know that the SABC, for instance, has said that people who's not been placed will exit the SABC by the end of this month. They will be regarded as internal employees if they apply for positions that will be advertised. Those are positions that were supposed to be advertised already. Now, in no organization you can do that, where you allow people to be terminated and then say to them, actually, we are regarding you still as internal employees because we were supposed to advertise those positions already, but we didn't get to that.
621 people being retrenched, that's a lot. It's slightly lower than where we started off, but it's still a lot of people for an organization that has a specific mandate within the, the democracy, South African democratic space, mandate to educate, entertain, and inform. Where largely are these people located, and are South Africans likely to see the impact of those retrenchments in the sense that, of a much more poorer product including the news division?
Well, there's a number of employees that sits with radio. There's a number of employees that's providing content that has been retrenched. Most definitely, we believe that the SABC would not be able to fully comply with its mandate, although the SABC is on record to say that they will. We know, for instance, that this process has already shown massive holes in it. The SABC has started to rehire people on a freelance contract, whose services they have terminated already. Now, remember, there was this 981, and then it changed to 600, and it changed to 300, and the 300 figure was used just over 300, and then there were threats that if employees would not agree to reduce their leave and sick leave and agree to a 3-year salary freeze, that number will then go back to 600. Well, we are past the 600, and that has never been talked to us. There's no negotiations around employees and their representatives in terms of that salary freeze and leave and sick leave process. So we believe that there are, as I said, there are creative content people that has lost their jobs. There are marketing people in particular that has lost their jobs. And we know that if you cannot market, you cannot sell. So we believe that there will be an impact on the SABC. It may not be felt immediately, but over time that is definitely going to show. We know that there's a complaint from the news side where there's a belief that there is discrimination against certain language groups, where the SABC has juniorized for certain languages positions and seniorized for the same positions for other languages. Now, that is a dispute that is still running. But yeah, we foresee that there is going to be problems at the SABC after the exit of all of these people.
So lastly, Hannes, what position do you take going into this meeting tomorrow? What is your objective as a union going into this meeting with the SABC?
Well, that meeting is for 3 o'clock this afternoon. This is when I checked last. That was the invitation. We don't know. It's been scheduled for 1 hour. It's been scheduled with all of the stakeholders and the Section 189 team, the people that was responsible for driving that process. We don't really know what the SABC is going to say, so we will listen to what they say. We will bring most probably these issues to their attention, not that they are going to listen, because they have consistently shown that they are not interested in any input from employees and also the labor unions. So most definitely we are going to try and persuade the SABC to not proceed in certain instances with the retrenchment or the exiting of people. And we will see how that meeting is going to turn out.
Right, thank you for that. Hannes Buisson from the trade union Bemawu, Broadcasting, Electronic Media and Allied Workers Union at the SABC. They're talking to us about the decisions that have been taken around 621 employees who are going to be exited from the SABC, and indications being that 346 of these employees opted for voluntary severance packages, while 275 are told that their positions have become redundant. So the jobs bloodbath continues in our economy, but more worryingly as well within the media sector, with results that many of you can feel in terms of the product that you get, not only from the SABC, but from the media across the board.